Last Saturday, TGI Fridays announced they were filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I really feel like not announcing on a Friday was a missed opportunity. But the reality is, Fridays has been stumbling for years, and this bankruptcy has been more of a slow motion train wreck than a sudden impact. They should have called it when they started serving sushi. What was once a 600 location, $2 billion empire of American dining with red booths, flare-covered uniforms, and potato skins is now down to 162 locations, with almost 100 closing just in the past year. Fridays is mostly blaming the pandemic for this bankruptcy filing. And yeah, COVID was brutal on the service industry, but Chili's, a direct competitor, is absolutely thriving right now. So let's look at what went wrong at Fridays and what Chili's is doing right. Fridays didn't evolve with the times. Going back to the sushi, that was the upgrade Fridays chose to go with. Knowing what we know now, this headline is hilarious. TGI Fridays plans to make millions by serving sushi. Like, come on. No one thought that was actually going to happen. But big picture, TGI Fridays as a business was looking tired and stuck in time. So while the dining world evolved, new competitors emerged and started closing in. But we'll get to that. Along with a 20-year-old menu, Friday's financial situation wasn't much better. In a sort of chain reaction over the last year, a planned acquisition with their largest franchisee in the UK for $220 million fell apart, which caused them to lose control of most of their assets to bondholders, leaving them aboard a sinking ship, requiring them to close restaurants at a rapid rate. It's worth noting that Friday's bankruptcy mostly impacts the corporate side. The 100 locations that closed were corporate owned, while the other 120 or so locations that are still open are franchisee owned, and not directly affected as of right now. Interestingly enough, they've got $50 million in unused gift cards floating around out there. If everyone decided to cash those in, Fridays wouldn't have the funds to cover it. $50 million seems wild for unused gift cards until I found out Starbucks has $1.7 billion in unused gift cards. $1.7 billion! For Starbucks, they see it as an interest-free loan, but for Fridays, they see it as the Grim Reaper. Now, Fridays isn't alone in this downward spiral. So many of the casual dining titans are falling. Red Lobster and Buca di Beppo joined the casual chain bankruptcy club this year also, and it's not exactly shocking. Red Lobster's been crawling its way through a rough couple of years, and the infamous endless shrimp promotion became more of a financial sinkhole than a success. I actually love this quote. Endless shrimp deal is never coming back because CEO knows how to do math. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Buca di Beppo was already on a downward slope, but the pandemic hit it like a freight train. With fewer big family gatherings, it found itself with a lot of empty tables. And one that's sitting on the edge is Hooters. It's having a familiar fate. Its revenue is shrinking, and its old school brand is starting to go stale for the next generation. Here's where the whole sector closing in thing comes into play. One of the biggest forces driving the shift in where people eat is simple: price. With inflation squeezing everyone's wallets, casual dining chains like TGI Fridays started to look like, well, a ripoff. The prices are creeping closer to what you pay at any other sit-down restaurant, one where you feel like you're actually getting something special. And when a night out at Fridays starts looking like overpriced microwave Cisco food, we're left asking, wait, is this even worth it? And right on cue, the fast casual wave swooped in and stole the spotlight. Chains like Chipotle, Wingstop, and Cava nailed the formula. Fresh, customizable food at fair prices, or relatively fair for the times. At Fridays, for $11.49, you can get an appetizer of potato skins, or you can go to Chipotle and get an entire steak burrito bowl for $10.35. Fast casual isn't just a better deal on paper. It's genuinely a better deal, which is why consumers have flocked to fast casual. Wingstop, with its $10.99 6-piece boneless combo, has done almost 30% year over year. So while Fridays clung to their outdated food and prices, fast casual chains were out there offering quicker, cheaper, and frankly, a better experience. And just like that, many traditional casual dining chains found themselves looking around wondering where all their diners had gone. An exception to all of this is Chili's. Chili's looked around and had a bit of a revelation. Their biggest competitor wasn't high-end restaurants stealing their customers. They weren't in a showdown with the French Laundry. No, they were up against McDonald's and Chipotle. So they adjusted accordingly. First move, shrink the menu by 25%. This isn't the Cheesecake Factory. They don't need a novel-sized menu with every type of food imaginable. Instead, Chili's leaned into what they already did well and didn't chase every food trend. They just stuck to the basics that their customers loved. But Chili's didn't stop there. To keep those core dishes consistent across all locations, they streamlined the kitchen into something closer to a fast food operation, while Fridays just kind of stood around. So like Chipotle, Chili's introduced automation wherever possible, shaving cooking times to boost efficiency. Like cutting down a burger's cook time from 5 minutes to 2 minutes isn't just a time saver, it's a game changer in the restaurant industry. But to really stick the landing, Chili's went all in on adjusting its prices. In some cases, it's almost cheaper to eat at Chili's than at McDonald's now, especially with their 3 for Me menu. Let's do a little comparison. So say you do the cheapest option. You get a smash burger, fries, a drink, and an appetizer, like chips and salsa, for just $10.99. Now, I wanted to see what that would be like at Shake Shack, a brand that sits right between fast casual and fast food. So we'll get the normal Shake Shack burger, fries, and a fountain soda. That alone is $15.47. If we look back at Chili's, you get a whole other item for $5 less. At TGI Fridays, like we showed earlier, potato skins are $11.49. And then, as if price point wasn't enough, Chili's hit viral gold with the Triple Dipper. TikTok is flooded with videos of people digging into the Triple Dipper, creating those endless ASMR cheese pools, and I cannot lie, I watch every single one of them. I have to watch it. It's a compulsion at this point, I think. Maybe a hyperfixation, I don't know. But I love it. I genuinely do. I love it. The Triple Dipper actually now accounts for 11% of Chili's total revenue, and its sales have increased 70% since last year. Revolutionary idea. A company listens to its customers and what they want and sees success. Wow! Who would have thought? So where does Fridays go from here? Is there a hope for a turnaround? Well, yeah, I mean, it won't be easy, but it's possible. The proof is in the pudding. Well, I guess the closest thing is Chili's lava cake. Fridays can take a few notes from their playbook, but they're not the only ones attempting a turnaround. Red Lobster is attempting to claw back, and they secured a $376 million investment and put a new young CEO who's attempting to revamp the menu to compete with the fast casual chains. If Fridays can attract similar investment and make changes to give consumers what they actually want, there's a chance it could stage a comeback. It's just a long road to the top, if you want to rock and roll. Does anyone get that reference? School of Rock, yes, okay, all right. Our generation's not cooked, perfect.